Hello everyone and welcome to my channel if you're new, or welcome back if you've been here before. Today I'm going to be sharing something very exciting. I'm going to be showing you my extensive Winter 2020 3-wick candle collection, plus a little haul at the end of all of the new ones that I got this year. Besides Bath & Body Works hauls, collections, and all of that Bath & Body Works related stuff, I also enjoy making cooking videos, aesthetically pleasing videos, things that are very seasonally relevant. If those are videos that you are interested in watching, definitely subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any of those. I was one of the assistant managers at my Bath & Body Works for about 5 years, and I really loved working there. So if anybody ever needs any recommendations, definitely leave me a comment below and I'm happy to help you out, find a product or a fragrance that you really enjoy. But in the meantime, let's jump right into this haul. The first candles that I'm going to be showing you today are the candles that are not currently available to purchase at the moment. I have a subsection of those candles that I don't think will be available this year, and I do have a little mini subsection of candles that usually come back every year, but they aren't available online at the moment. They could make a reappearance. Let's get started. So the first candle I have is Cinnamon Pine Cone. I love this fragrance. I've only seen it once, but the notes are fresh pine, cinnamon bark, and cedar and juniper. It smells like Christmas potpourri. It smells like pine trees, but it also has a little bit of the cinnamon. It has a very vintage smell to it, and I really enjoy that. So much so that at the time I bought 2 of them. So I have 2 of those. Next up, we have London. This London is tea and biscuits. It's not the tea and lemon like the London that they've had many times before. Not this one, but a different one, tea and biscuits. So the notes are iced lemon, sugar crystals, buttery shortbread. That smells really good. So this one, I don't believe will be ever coming back to stores, or if they do, it'll just be kind of like a random, nobody knew it was coming. I got 2 of those because I really liked not only this fragrance, but I liked the collection with the little houses, the little Christmas houses, and like I guess there's the London Eye on there and stuff. Oh, actually, these aren't Christmas houses. This is like little landmarks of England. And they also had a couple different ones. I have a New York one I'll show you next, but they had a couple different locations with different fragrances, and so I thought that was really cute and festive. But this smells really good. Jose thinks it smells like bubble gum. It does have kind of a candy smell to it, like a cotton candy bubble gummy smell to it a little bit. This one is New York, and it is cherry cheesecake, and as you can see on the packaging, they've got the different little landmarks and Christmas storefronts and stuff. It's very cute. It smells a lot like frosted cake pop or something like that. This one over here smells almost the same as that. So if you've ever tried that one, they're pretty much the same. The notes are creamy vanilla, juicy red cherries, and graham cracker crust. Next up, I have Toffee Brittle. This is a great one for coconut lovers. I know there's some people who love to burn coconut year-round. Maple cream, brown butter, and coconut sugar. I burnt this one before. It actually smells a lot like it smells like the Coconut Coco Shea Body Care a lot, except a little bit more desserty and caramely. So that one is really yummy. White Mint Latte. This one is very similar to the Pumpkin Spice Latte candle that they had this year that was new. Except instead of pumpkin, it's mint. It still has like that little coffee note in it is like exactly the same. So the notes are fresh peppermint, white chocolate, and whipped milk. Anything that's orange and chocolate together, I think are so delicious. So orange chocolate truffle has orange zest, sea salt, and rich dark chocolate. This one's very rich. Think hot cocoa and cream, but with not like fruity orange, but like decadent orange. Like it smells like really rich milk chocolate. Or I guess dark chocolate in this case, but it's really delicious. I got 2 of those. Spiced Clementine. This one has fresh clove bud, cinnamon stick, clementine zest, and ground sugar. This one actually has quite a bitter. It almost smells like not the clementine, like the actual flesh of the fruit, but it smells more like the rind. It has a lot of bitter. I think the clove bud really is strong in this fragrance, so it's really kind of like that dark, heavy smell. I haven't never burned this one before, but I probably will this year. Peppermint Brownie. Look at it, looks like a cute little Christmas sweater. Oh, by the way, do you like my Christmas sweater? I put it on specifically for this video. Check out this Christmas sweater I have. See, it even has like a little mistake there. He's got a little bucket filled with Bath & Body Works candles, no doubt. Oh, and the sleeves. Okay, anyways. Peppermint brownie. We have the notes crushed candy canes, rich mocha, and whipped cream. I don't smell any mocha. When you say mocha, I usually think it's going to be, coffee with chocolate. This one's a little more subtle than the white mint latte, I find, but it's definitely a little more chocolatey. But yum. Campfire donut. Now, I know this one was kind of a controversial one in the sense that everyone in my store hated it, but I liked it, and Jose really likes this candle. I think it's just that it's just so heavy that if you don't like sweet smells, it's just not very yummy. I like sweet smells, so I think it's yummy. Made with notes of powdered sugar, glazed donut, and cedarwood. I literally smell donut yeast. Like, that yeasty rising dough smell? That's literally what this smells like. Okay, then Into the Stars. This one, as we all know, was a body care fragrance that was released during Christmas time. I think of the smell as a winter smell just because of the release date. Very feminine. It has bergamot champagne, night blooming water lily, and pink salted amber. It does have little notes of citrusy, but it also has kind of that woodsy fragrance too. It does smell like a perfume. You can tell that it was made to be like a perfume or a body care item and then just made into a candle because why not? That was the end of the subsection of candles that are not currently available online or in stores as far as I'm aware. Now we are entering the section of candles that aren't available at the moment, but I think we'll probably make a reprise because they usually come back every year. One of those is maple cinnamon pancakes. Warm maple syrup, fluffy buttermilk pancakes, and fresh ground cinnamon. Very similar to the cinnamon caramel swirl, which is available online right now. But this one actually comes out during autumn time, so I usually am more familiar with this being a fall candle than a winter candle, but it usually sticks around all the time, just like Marshmallow Fireside does. But that's really delicious. Chestnut and clove. This one, if you watched my fall candle collection and haul, which I'll link above. If you didn't see that, you can watch it up there. But this one I included in my fall candle collection because I do think of this as a Thanksgiving-y harvest candle. But it's also very Christmassy too. And this one actually is a Candle Day exclusive. The reason I put it in this pile is I think this one's going to be coming back when Candle Day happens, or Candle Weekend, I guess it's going to be this year. But the notes are warm roasted chestnut, fresh ground clove, and cedarwood. Last but not least in this category is the cinnamon and clove buds. This smells like cinnamon gummy bears to me. It's very heavy of cinnamon and spices. It's very zesty. Made with cinnamon leaf and clove leaf. It's very pure. Straight up cinnamon, straight up clove. I like it. These candles are the ones that are available for purchasing online and in stores right now. So if you see any of these ones that you like, you can buy them. Let's start with the classics. I've got Winter Candy Apple. In fact, I have Winter Candy Apple times 3. All in all, they all have the same notes, and those are candied apples, crisp pears, and oranges. In the body care, it says that there's also rose petals and cinnamon in it too, so just kind of keep that in mind that sometimes some forms are more descriptive than others, but they literally are the same smell. To me, this smells like soap. You can tell it's one of their more older traditional smells because it really isn't, it just smells like the 90s. Does that make sense? Sweet Cinnamon Pumpkin is the same way. Just kind of has that like vintagey, and when I say vintage, I mean 90s. This kind of like 1990s frou-frou smell. I have Spiced Apple Toddy times 2. There we go. This one was from the Camp Winter collection, which I think was that 3 years ago? 2 years ago? 3 years ago? I can't remember. And this one was a Black Friday tote exclusive. 2014, I want to say. A long time ago. A sweet mixture of winter fruits, apple brandy, and spiced plum. This is so old that it still has like the descriptive, like they give you the notes in a paragraph. Sweet mixture of winter fruits, apple brandy, and spiced plum will warm up all of your winter celebrations. Marshmallow Fireside, also a fall candle. Cedarwood, Palo Santo, and toasted marshmallow and vanilla. That's my mom's favorite candle of all time. 'Tis the Season times 2. The notes are rich red apple, sweet cinnamon, and cedarwood. This one's probably my favorite of all the apple cinnamon candles. Between Winter Candy Apple, Spiced Apple Toddy, and 'Tis the Season, 'Tis is my favorite because it's sweeter. I like the sweet smells. It really has the strongest apple in my opinion, while the Spiced Apple Toddy is more clovey, and the Winter Candy Apple is more like a fresh version, I guess. It's more soapy fresh. 3 different hot cocoa and cream candles. This one's really old. This one's old, but not as old as this one. And this one is the newest one from last year. And I really like this one because it's got a kitty on it. Decadent milk chocolate, fresh steamed milk, and mini marshmallows. That smells so good. It smells like brownies are baking in the oven and everything's so cozy and rich, and it's just delicious. Also, pro tip, if you're feeling like you want to experiment a little bit, burn these at the same time, or have a wallflower of one and the candle going in another, or separate rooms. When these two mix together, it's really nice. You could also do this with a peppermint candle. I have vanilla snowflake times 3. I love vanilla snowflake. If you like Vanilla Bean Noel, stop everything and pick yourself up a vanilla snowflake because it's so much better. It is frozen vanilla, iced fir needles, mint leaf, and coconut flakes. I think it's the coconut flakes that really transform this from your classic vanilla scent to something that's just more elevated. It's not that it smells like coconut, and it doesn't even smell like mint or fir needles. It's just the blend of all of it together smells like the most crisp vanilla possible. I feel like Vanilla Bean Noel is like that awkward yellow vanilla ice cream, but this is like vanilla bean with the little specks of the actual vanilla bean in it. This is where it's at. I also have a very ancient packaging here. Hey, I bet this has one of those really weird descriptions too. Let it snow vanilla snowflakes this year with a delectable blend of creamy vanilla, wintry mint, and a dash of coconut. Classic #1 bestseller, Fresh Balsam, times 2. Winter balsam, crisp eucalyptus, fir branches, and cedarwood. If you have a fake Christmas tree, you burn this, you get the wallflower, and you'll smell like a forest. Literally just Christmas trees everywhere. It's wonderful. And this is the Camp Winter packaging that I have as well. I do also have that in a single wick for whatever reason, but this is nice for gifting if you just want to give someone a little gift. This is a great gifting size. All right, we have crushed candy cane, and I have 2 of those. One of them is the classic White Barn frosted glass, and then the other one is kind of like that goofy Christmas sweater. Crunchy peppermint and white sugar crystals. This literally smells like candy canes. It kind of has like that sugary candy smell that only candy canes smell like. Twisted peppermint is more of like a pure peppermint smell, but this literally smells like the candy version of peppermint, which is amazing. It's a little more subtle in my opinion. Thousand Wishes. This isn't Christmassy per se, but this is wintry because when Thousand Wishes came out, it was kind of like one of those pre-winter releases, and they made a very big deal about like perfect Christmas gift or whatever. But we have sparkling champagne, crystal peonies, and almond cream. I think Thousand Wishes smells amazing. I tend to like the sweeter smells, and if you like the more kind of upscale type of fragrance, this is where it's at. It's creamy, it's floral, it's sweet, it has a little hint of fruity, it's spicy, it's pretty much everything. And you can buy these. For a while you couldn't buy them, but you can buy them again now. And of course you can also buy it in Wallflower and Body Care. We have Evergreen, and this one has an interesting packaging. It's the White Barn packaging. It's silvery, but it also has like the marble lid. And it's very chunky, you can see. I actually use these as coasters. Jose will put the little cork and felt on the bottoms, and then we can put our mugs on top of them so they don't like slide around. Another delicious Christmas tree candle. Unpopular opinion, I like Evergreen better than Fresh Balsam because to me it's a little more rich and sweet. It smells like tree sap, while the Fresh Balsam smells more like if you were to cut the tree down. That makes sense. White fir needles, fresh cedarwood, and sweet sap. And it does have more of a sweet, sappier scent than the Fresh Balsam is more zingy and tart. Vanilla Balsam. This one is also a Christmas tree smell, but it's got the vanilla in it, so it's a little more subtle and creamy. Balsam fir, frosted vanilla, snow-capped pine needles. Also in the White Barn packaging. Cinnamon Caramel Swirl, which also can be a fall candle too. Often is released in the autumn and lasts all season, but maybe gets a different repackage for Christmas and winter. Very sweet. Gooey caramel, grated cinnamon, vanilla bean, and maple brown sugar. Definitely very mapley. Little hint of cinnamon though. Very sweet. This one has a really good throw. It's quite strong. Winter. This one's classic. I'm surprised I only have one of these because I actually really enjoyed this candle. There's no reason for this, but it reminds me of those wintergreen mints, like the Lifesaver ones. Those are so festive for me. The notes are orange, fir needle, and clove. So it's orange and clove, but it has like this frosty, almost like a clean mint smell. Like, you know, the coldness that you feel when you eat one of those breath mints? That's what this smells like to me. But then the orange just kind of like comes in and makes it feel like so festive, and like there's a campfire in the background and you're like simmering mulled cider on the stovetop. Smells like Christmas. Better not pout. This one is actually the spiced gingerbread. And the notes are spiced gingerbread, vanilla icing, sparkling cinnamon sugar, and fresh ground nutmeg. It smells like honey. I find that this one's not very strong. It could be that my candle's a little old because this is at least 2 years old, if not older. It kind of has like a honey graham cracker smell to me, and I think that's really nice and subtle. We have Santa's Workshop, which is sugared snickerdoodle, and it's of that same collection that I showed you previously with the cherry cheesecake and the London tea biscuits. This one is warm spices, creamy vanilla, and sugared musk. It smells like that Pillsbury sugar cookie dough when it's still raw. That's what this smells like to me. Very yummy. One of my favorites of all time, Peppermint Marshmallow. Oh, I can't get enough of that. So it has peppermint and spearmint, but also it has notes of powdered sugar and marshmallow. I think marshmallow in a Bath & Body Works fragrance really helps make it creamy and fluffy smelling. And it just is like a nice base note. Of all the peppermint ones, this might be my favorite. Of course, Twisted Peppermint has a special place in my heart just because it's so classic. That's kind of like the OG peppermint of Bath & Body Works. But this one is so good. I love this one burning as well. It's just subtle and cozy and sweet and creamy. Speaking of which, we have Twisted Peppermint. Such good memories. When I smell this, memories of Christmas come back. I know one Christmas I got the Paper Mario game. Jose and I sat on the couch and we burnt through one of these like in 2 sittings. And we beat the game in like 2 sittings as well. Oh, but it smells so good. We have Champagne Toast, and this one is not necessarily a Christmas candle, but it is kind of made special during the winter seasons because they usually give it a little festive looking packaging. This one was in one of the Black Friday Tote exclusives, I believe, from not last year, but the year before. Bubbly champagne, sparkling berries, juicy tangerine. This is a great one for burning in January and February, or even like New Year's. Great post-Christmas candle, good for gifting. Very fruity. I forgot I got some new ones. Some of them I know the fragrance of because we had versions of them last year, but some of these are brand new even for me, so let's smell them together. All right, this one I am aware of what it smells like. This one is the Perfect Christmas. And it's very woodsy. It's got a little bit of everything good about Christmas, so it's a very appropriate name for it. It's fresh cut pine, cinnamon sugar, and toasted marshmallow. It's not that it smells like marshmallows, but once again, it's kind of like one of those base notes. They kind of make the whole thing more creamy than it would have been without it. I do smell the pine, and I smell a little bit of that spiciness from the cinnamon clove kind of situation, but it's so good. And look at that packaging. That doesn't get much more festive than that. Frosted Forest. I'm so excited to smell this one. It's funny how many times they can reinvent Christmas tree candles. Frosted juniper, icy eucalyptus, evergreen branches, and white spruce. Oh, it's so subtle. It's very soft. That would make a good gift. Love the color of the wax, by the way. If fresh balsam is too much for you, this would be good because it's a lot softer. If you're familiar with sweater weather, it's like if sweater weather and evergreen came together. That's what this candle is right here. We have Gingerbread Marshmallow. I like the color. It's kind of unique and fun. It's kind of like periwinkle. Very similar to the spiced gingerbread, but it's a little more sweet and less spicy. Yeah, that's good. Gingerbread spice, eggnog, spiced rum, vanilla frosting. I smell that. Brown sugar crystals. Okay, Christmas cider. How cute. So this is a luminary candle, meaning so when you light this, the parts that are clear are going to glow. So that's going to be really pretty. But mulled cinnamon, crushed clove, creamy nutmeg, and simmering cider. This is so much better than spiced apple toddy. I'm not going to lie. I like spiced apple toddy, but there's something about it that's just like, you know what I mean? Like it's just like that. This one's more about the mulled cider than the rum, I think, and so therefore I like it a little bit better. Oh, and look at the pretty inside. That's nice. Also the same style packaging, we have Frosted Spearmint. This one's definitely more heavy on the frosted than the spearmint. Frozen apple, that's interesting. Frozen apple, snow-capped mint, creamy sandalwood, iced musk. It's definitely of the blue variety as opposed to the green variety. In my last candle haul that I did for fall candles, I mentioned about the green apples versus the red apples. If you haven't, once again, you can watch that video I mentioned prior to this moment. But this is a blue spearmint as opposed to a green spearmint. And even the way it looks, like it smells blue, if that makes sense. Very subtle. Last but not least, we have Peppermint Sugar Cookie. I'm very excited about this because I love peppermint and I love cookies. Crushed peppermint, vanilla extract, creamy butter, soft sugar cookies. So, take peppermint marshmallow and sugared snickerdoodle, combine them together, and you get peppermint sugar cookie. Oh, that smells so good. That's all the candles I have to show you. I'm going to put on a little display of candles for you to see, so that way if you need some help choosing a candle, A, let me know in the comments, I'll help you, but B, maybe this video could help you make your selection based on your own preferences. So let's jump right into that next. If you like woodsy, outdoorsy scents, I recommend these candles. Fresh Balsam, Frosted Forest, The Perfect Christmas, Winter, Frosted Spearmint, Vanilla Balsam, and Evergreen. If you like fruity or spicy fragrances, you might like these. Winter Candy Apple, 'Tis the Season, Spiced Apple Toddy, 1,000 Wishes, Champagne Toast, and Christmas Cider. If you like fresh peppermint smells, try one of these. Crushed Candy Cane, Peppermint Sugar Cookie, Peppermint Marshmallow, and Twisted Peppermint. If you like sweet, gourmand fragrances, you should try Gingerbread Marshmallow, Vanilla Snowflake, Hot Cocoa and Cream, Cinnamon Caramel Swirl, Marshmallow Fireside, Sugared Snickerdoodle, or Spiced Gingerbread. If you are going for a more subtle and soft candle, try Winter Candy Apple, Vanilla Balsam, Peppermint Marshmallow, Frosted Forest, Spiced Gingerbread, or Frosted Spearmint. If you're like me and you need a nice, strongly scented candle, try Champagne Toast, Cinnamon Caramel Swirl, Twisted Peppermint, 'Tis the Season, Spiced Apple Toddy, or Evergreen. Normally it's Arthur that helps me with this bit, but if you want to subscribe to my channel, you can do so right over here. And if you want to watch my last video, which is about our apple harvest that we had this year, you can watch that over there. And otherwise, I hope you have a really good day. Merry Christmas!